Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, Hanover woman killed by falling tree limb during hurricane burial. A 26-year-old Hanover woman was killed on Wednesday evening when a tree limb fell on her during hurricane burial. The deceased has been identified as Keon Sterling. Acting Director General at the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, Richard Thompson, informed the media about the incident. It was confirmed a lady out of Westmoreland, a tree came down on her house, and it was confirmed by the Ministry of Health that the person had passed. That is unfortunate. That is something that we did not want to happen in this event. As always, one life loss is always too many, Thompson said. The Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force said that Sterling was standing outside her house in Green Island, Hanover, when a section of the tree hit her around 5 p.m. A family member reportedly stumbled upon the body and summoned the police. Sterling was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Man washed away by floodwaters in RNM Gardens after attempting to retrieve a football from gully. A 20-year-old man who reportedly attempted to retrieve a football from a gully was washed away by floodwaters in the community of Havana RNM Gardens, St. Andrew on Wednesday. He has been identified as Alric Moncrief, otherwise called Kolanji or Lala. It is alleged that Moncrief was among a group of men playing football in the community when the incident happened. It is said that Moncrief was swept away by floodwaters as he attempted to retrieve the ball from the gully. In a post to his social media pages, Member of Parliament for the area, Mark Golding, sent condolences to the family of the deceased who have been plunged into sadness by this tragedy. Please keep the family of Alric Moncrief, aka Kolanji, in your prayers. He was swept away by floodwaters in the Trenchtown Gully this afternoon while trying to retrieve a football, Golding's tweet read. The island was under a nationwide curfew and was being battered by Category 4 hurricane burial when the incident occurred. Government offices reopened today, public sector workers to also return to work. Normal operations of government ministries, departments and agencies are to resume on Thursday following the passage of hurricane burial. Public sector workers are also expected to return to work today. Recognizing that some employees may have been adversely affected by the storm, the government is advising that persons who are facing challenges in the aftermath of the hurricane reach out to their respective supervisors. The announcement was made in a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister on Thursday morning. A hurricane warning, which was in effect for Jamaica since Tuesday, has been discontinued as the burial moves further away from the island. In the statement, the government also extended gratitude to essential workers for the service provided during the passage of the storm. Hurricane burial devastates St. Elizabeth and Manchester. Hurricane burial has left a trail of devastation across the southern parishes of Manchester and St. Elizabeth, where infrastructure was severely impacted by the system's strong winds and the driving rain. Member of Parliament for South West St. Elizabeth, Floyd Green, described the situation as a complete devastation, noting that a number of people have lost their homes. Further, he said a significant number of people in all communities across the constituency, from Treasure Beach to Barbary Hall, have reported losing their roofs. From all the reports I have received, we have taken a most devastating blow in St. Elizabeth from hurricane burial. Significant numbers of roofs being lost, houses destroyed, trees uprooted, light poles downed, almost all roads are impassable. Going to be an extremely long night, he posted to social media platform X late Wednesday. He said most of the main road network was impassable due to downed trees, including at Brompton, Lewistown, Crawford, Luana to Brompton, Elam, Holland Bamboo, Nain and Goshen. Green said he has already reached out to the National Works Agency and the Jamaica Public Service Company to try to get some of the roadways cleared. He said a team from the Ministry of Labor will be on the ground Thursday to start responding to those with damage. Meanwhile, it was a similar story in Manchester, where persons reported losing their roofs in Grovetown, Lancaster, and Hermitage in South Manchester. At least one house was destroyed in the Lancaster community. Several roads were reportedly blocked, including at Crosskeys and Cocoa Walk. Beryl's Eye Wall brushed by Jamaica's southern coast Wednesday afternoon. JPS carrying out a damage assessment. The Jamaica Public Service Company says its teams are now doing critical damage assessment so that it can complete the necessary repairs to restore power to Jamaicans safely and quickly. The company gave the update in a post on social media while responding to queries from persons who were without electricity in communities with minimal damage from Hurricane Beryl. The JPS explained that the damage could be on a main line, which is miles away from where the affected persons are located. Last evening, the JPS reported that more than 400,000 Jamaicans, or about 60% of its customers, were without power. Scotia offices remain closed amid Hurricane Beryl aftermath. Scotia Group Jamaica announced it will remain closed today, July 4, to ensure the safety of its employees and to assess the impact on its branches and the ABM network following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Our immediate priority today is the safety of our employees and their families and assessing the impact on our branches and the ABM network in order to restore service to our clients as quickly as possible, the bank has stated, extending sympathies to those affected by Hurricane Beryl. As a result, all Scotia Group offices, including Scotiabank, Scotia Insurance, Scotia Investments, and the Scotia Protect, will remain closed to the public today, July 4, 2024. Clients can continue to use online banking for their business and personal transactions. Scotia Group Jamaica looks forward to reopening on Friday, July 5. We thank our clients for their patience and understanding, the bank added. Jamaica has discontinued the hurricane warning that was in effect for the island, but with the continuing periods of rainfall likely to result in flash flooding in some sections of the country, a flash flood watch is now in effect. As Hurricane Beryl continues to move west-northwestward and away from Jamaica, its outer bands are forecast to remain across the island into this afternoon. Several traffic lights are still out after Hurricane Beryl, says cops. The police are advising members of the motoring public that several traffic lights in the corporate area are out of service. According to officials, the system went down during the passage of Hurricane Beryl that caused the damage and the flooding in a number of areas. As a result, motorists are being urged to proceed with caution and consider fellow road users, the police said on the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Twitter page. The relevant authorities are working to have the issue resolved urgently, the police said. NMIA to reopen on Friday. Operations at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston are expected to resume tomorrow, while the Saxor International Airport in Montego Bay reopened at 8 a.m. today following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. A report from the Airports Authority of Jamaica said there was a damage to sections of the roof of the passenger pier to which the jet bridges are attached at NMIA. It said this also resulted in major debris being scattered on the airport apron. The runway, terminal, and other facilities are said to be in order. The AAG said given the damage to the passenger pier, the airport will need to remain closed today to implement corrective and interim makeshift measures to enable the proposed reopening of the airport at 5 a.m. on Friday. Saxor International did not sustain any major damage to prevent its operation, the AAG said. The Ian Fleming International Airport in St. Mary and the 3 domestic aerodromes, Tinson Pen, Negril, and Ken Jones, have been inspected, and despite a minor damage to structures in some parts of these facilities, the runways and the terminals are fine and in order for operation, the AAG said. These facilities were reopened at 7 a.m. today. Passengers and other stakeholders in the travel and the tourism industry are advised to stay tuned to the announcement by the respective airports and their airlines regarding the recommencement of operations and the flights, the AAG said. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.